Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Adam Haris bin Anwar. Today, me and my groupmate will talk about the contribution of LEMBAGA ZAKAT. I would like to introduce you for our introduction for my group. Okay, poverty has become a major problem in our society, despite the fact that various organizations have been established, but still we cannot discover the perfect solution to solve these poverty problems. When we analyze facts on poverty, the most common truth that we may notice is that poverty is particularly prevalent in developing countries. We as Malaysian, we Malaysian are developing countries. Globally, the proportion of people living in extreme poverty has decreased from 36% in 1990 to 10% in 2015. Almost took us about 25 years. However, the development has been slowing down. The pace has been slowing down because of the COVID-19 issue that threatens to reverse the decades of progress in the battle against the poverty. According to the new research published by the United Nations University World Institute for Development Economics, the economic consequences from the worldwide pandemic could raise global poverty by as much as 500 million of people, or 8% of the global population. Since the 1990, the first step against the poverty, until today, this would be the first time that global poverty has risen in 30 years. More than 700 million people, or 10% of the world population, continue to live in severe poverty, unable to meet basic requirements such as health, education, and access to clean water and sanitation, and school and academic. In 2018, 8% of employed people and their family live below the poverty line around the world. 1 out of every 5 youngsters is living in abject poverty. To end poverty, it is essential to ensure social protection for all the children in all the population. Thank you.
My name is Nurul Izzah binti Mat Salihuddin and I'm as the second presenter. I will continue this presentation with the first point of contribution of Lembaga Zakat, which is Economic Development Program. Economic development program among asnaf or poor people in Malaysia are supported by zakat institution under the State Islamic Religious Council. The purpose of its establishment is not only to provide contribution to eligible poor people, but also involved in managing capital existent using zakat funds for business purpose to poor people or asnaf entrepreneurs. The capital existence provided aims to encourage poor people to come out of the cocoon of poverty and success in becoming zakat payers. This Asnaf Economic Development Program is actively carried out in Selangor, Federal Territory, Kedah, Negeri Sembilan, Penang, and other states. The Economic Development Program of Asnaf entrepreneurs can be strengthened through 3 main strategies, namely strategy to lift them out of poverty and improve the economy of poor people, strategy to identify potential poor people before becoming entrepreneurs, and strategy for organizing entrepreneurship program, especially for poor people or Asnaf entrepreneurs. Zakat institution take the initiative to create and move business where the poor people had become business owners that allow traders to experience gaining profit or loss in business. For example, Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan has created a program called Asnaf Earners to help the B40 group in Malaysia who are interested in venturing into business to improve their living standards. This program opens up opportunity for the poor people group by injecting initial capital to start a business in various fields in addition to being given guidance by SME Corp officer. To date, a total of 100 entrepreneurs from various states in Malaysia have taken the opportunities and involved in their respective businesses. The Asnaf Entrepreneur Program is a program that specifically aims to help poor people who are involved in business to be able to remove themselves from the hardship of life and at the same time be able to be zakat contributors. The desire to help these people venture into business is a good strategy to lift them out of poverty and also remove them from the list of recipients of zakat existence.
Greetings to the lecturer. My name is Besrola Beseli and I will be presenting the contribution of Lembaga Zakat. Lembaga Zakat had helped a lot of poor people. As an example, Lembaga Zakat Selangor had helped poor people through educational development program. This program is the main agenda of Lembaga Zakat Selangor in helping the poor. In fact, through this program, it has also opened up opportunities for poor children to study to a higher level and be free from illiteracy. Lembaga Zakat Selangor hopes that with the emphasis on this aspect of education, the future of the children of the poor will be brighter and be able to help their families as well. Lembaga Zakat Selangor helps the children of the poor and in need starting from preschool, primary school, secondary school, institution of higher learning and other institutions. Assistance provided includes financing school and school fees, school equipment, tuition, laptops, consolation money, transportation and so on. For example, on December 2020 at Selangor, Lembaga Zakat Selangor had implement program Agihan Bantuan Persekolahan sesi 2021. Lembaga Zakat Selangor has allocated zakat distribution of 34,600,200 ringgit to 32,722 heads of poor families throughout Selangor to help the poor families on school preparation for the 2021 session. The school aid is distributed annually to alleviate the burden of the poor families who register with Lembaga Zakat Selangor, especially in providing school equipment for their children. This aid is given to cover the cost of fees and school equipment for 70,258 poor students from first school to secondary school. Furthermore, through this aid, each poor student will receive school fee aid of between 100 ringgit to 250 ringgit per person, depending on their school level. It will be channeled through 3 payment methods, which are credit to the bank account of the head of the family, cash voucher at any Bank Islam branch, or in cash on certain cases. In addition, the student also receive aid for school equipment including a pair of uniforms, shoes and socks, equipment such as bags, stationery and so on. Through this aid, each sekolah rendah kebangsaan student will receive 170 ringgit per person and sekolah rendah agama student will receive 150 per person. Meanwhile, student from sekolah menengah kebangsaan or sekolah menengah agama will receive 200 ringgit each person. The school equipment can be redeemed using the family heads my card at selected supermarkets such as Tesco Supermarket, Pasaraya Bolong Sakan, Jekyll and Fairuz Ramdan Design. Meanwhile, for the 3 districts involving Hulu Langat, Kuala Langat and Sepang, the school equipment can be redeemed through the cooperation of Teraju Ekonomi Asnaf Sendirian Berhad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Natasha binti Muhammad Zaki and I'm the presenter. I will present about the contribution of Lembaga Zakat in Human Capital Development Program. The development of human capital is a branch of development that is centered on the human being himself. In the human being act as an agent that drive the development, which is turns become the ultimate goal to the development itself. The human being must equip with a variety of quality, skill and powerful value to realize sustainable development and the production of ideal human capital. Various program, course and skill training are available for them. Each program, course and training provide has a specific target group, namely poor children, senior citizen, parent, single mother, single father, young student and college student. In other words, human capital development also refers to human empowerment effort as the main capital that's need to develop as best as possible through a combination of elements of knowledge and skill. The process of producing human capital with this package should be the main agenda of the government to provide.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Umira Azhar binti Yusri. I'm going to present 2.4, which is about social development program. The program importance is critical in ensuring that the poor may live comfortably, particularly in terms of protection, monthly foods, monthly cash, and chronic sickness. This is due to the fact that the program involving these four is critical for Tong people to continue living their daily life. The impoverished will continue to be poor without assistance if such support is not provided. As a result, the zakat frequently creates initiative with a social components to assist such community. The initiative helps to impoverish to concentrate on trying to raise family income rather than worrying about housing, monthly expenses, or the tragedy of disease. In fact, some of these poor folk desperate for shelter and must rent on top of their meagre earnings. So, on the side of their old house, the zakat constructed a new house for them, replete with electricity and running water, as well as other amenities like 3 rooms, toilet, fans, and lighting. The underprivileged can sit comfortably in their new homes thanks to the assistance provided, regardless of whether it rains or not. In addition, the zakat offer house repair assistance to those who own a house but have suffered significant damage. To a date, a total of RM 18.5 million has been set aside for the construction and renovates of poor house. The zakat construct group settlement for the unprivileged who do not have land, such as Desa Kasih and Desa Ehsan. The zakat currently own 13 Ehsan and Kasih village, total 3,413 village. Meanwhile, the zakat purchase flat for them to reside in temporary in order to reduce urban poverty, particularly in relation to housing. At the same time, they must look for a new job that they can afford. Furthermore, there are many among the poor who have a very low monthly income or no fixed income, in addition to other serious issues such as disease, having a large number of dependents, and so on. The zakat aids them in daily life by providing foods and financial assistance on a monthly basis.
Next, moving on to the benefits of lembaga zakat contribution to sustainable development. The first one is to ensuring that every people is able to be independent and build their potential to get out of poverty. Through entrepreneurship program that have been carried out by zakat institution, the poor people can increase their income and at the same time be able to improve their living standards in order to support their families. The standards of living of the participants before the program revolve around the same background, namely limited financial ability to support a large family, inability to work after an accident, loss of shelter, and the absence of a permanent and stable job to support the family. However, all the poor people have managed to change their density and their families when they managed to increase their monthly income until they were finally removed from the list of ASNAF recipients. Even more encouraging is when they are now consistent producer of zakat in an effort to share the subsistence bestowed on them with other human beings. All poor people or asnaf are satisfied with the form of assistance provided by zakat institution because it helps them in conducting business activity. Assistance in the form of financial capital and equipment provided has enabled them to continue their business more effectively and thus obtain high returns on capital and profit. Economic development program aim to producing productive asnaf entrepreneurs are successfully implemented in accordance with the set objective. While there is no denying that there are participants who fail in this program, but most of them are due to their own commitment as well as external factors such as family support and community participation. The efforts made by the ZAKAT institution should be commended because the goal of producing ASNAF entrepreneurs is a good initiative in transforming more poor people or ASNAF recipients of ZAKAT existence into efficient ZAKAT producer.
Furthermore, I will present about the benefit of educational development program implemented by Lembaga Zakat Selangor to sustainable development. The benefit is the program gives awareness to the people on the benefits and how education is important to improve living standard. Through the program, the children that come from the poor families will have determination to change their living standard. As the children receiving assistance from Lembaga Zakat Selangor, they will aware that they can change their family fate. The children that come from a poor family will work hard change their living standard by studying to go to a high level of education institution and graduating. Then they will get a proper job to change their living standard into a better life. The future of children of the poor will be brighter and they can help their families escape from poverty. Also, through this program implemented by Lembaga Zakat Selangor, the parents will work hard to ensure that their children will receive education that they need as they have been receiving aid from Lembaga Zakat Selangor. The parents will not let the opportunities given by Lembaga Zakat Selangor gone to waste. It is because the parents do not want their children to have the same fate as them. The parents will make sure that their children study hard so that the children can have a comfortable and stable life in the future. If the children work hard in their education and the parents work hard to support their children as much as possible, then there is a chance that Malaysia can achieve the goal of sustainable development, which is to end poverty in all its form everywhere. That's only for my presentation. Thank you.
Next, the benefits of Lembaga Zakat contribution to sustainable development under Human Capital Development Program is create confident, competitive, skilled, knowledge and faithful individual. In effort to produce ASNAF who are confident, competitive and knowledge through the spiritual, physical and motivational programs. Every year, Lembaga Zakat Selangor spend almost 7 million ringgit for zakat money under this program. The program of application of Islamic value is scheme under the Human Capital Development Program. In this regard, zakat has a play an active role by also being involved in improve and enhancing the quality of each functional ASNAF. A mechanism that enables this ASNAF, especially the poor and needed to give back their energy and expertise to the community by engaging in social activity and community program. As a result, apart from being able to change the ASNAF towards positive change slowly according their functional, they are also able to return the benefit they have received to the local community. The community can take advantage of the skills and potential possessed by this group among others, through the provision of quality manpower and the reduction of high costs for a community program. That's all. Thank you.
Next point is 3.4 about local people in need are given monthly meals and financial assistance. Zakat is the one of the Islamic State primary source of revenue. The potential of zakat as a tool for the growth of the people can be boosted through efficient and systematic zakat management. The State Islamic Religious Council (MIN) is in charge of determining eligibility and the types of help that is inappropriate for each recipient's background in order for the aid supply to be used as much as possible. As a result, the benefit provided by zakat receive help the impoverished to live a better life. This is because zakat programs are geared toward the impoverished, allowing them to assert their right to survival. Zakat distribute donation in the shape of foods or money to those in need on a monthly basis. Because food help is supply, The poor can expand their sources of income because they only need to buy needed food. Furthermore, the financial help supply enable the unprivileged to purchase things that will enhance their living standards. Indirectly, poverty in Malaysia can be reduced with the assistance of zakat. This is due to the fact that the monthly help offer allow the poor to cut costs and use if necessary. In generally, this is a good sign that zakat help to eradicate poverty in the country, because the more zakat collected, the more money goes to the needy. Furthermore, zakat aids in the alleviation of poverty in Selangor by nearly 61%. The zakat institutions initiative demonstrate the country effort to lower poverty rates. This is a problem that the authorities should be concerned about, so that the zakat collected can truly contribute to improve the living standards of Malaysians underprivileged. Furthermore, providing continuous assistance to the impoverished makes reduce the load on the families that receive it. Poverty in Malaysia can be stabilized, if not abolished entirely, provided zakat is distributed properly and fairly. Thank you. That's all from me.
Back to conclusion. Based on the studies that we studied, we managed to conclude about poverty. Poverty, without a doubt, takes a severe toll on those who are enslaved by it. It really takes a severe toll on those who are enslaved by it. One of the most constant findings in epidemiology is that lower socio-economic position, particularly destitution, has a detrimental impact on an individual health. Poverty is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, because they don't have the awareness and essential to keep their hygiene and their medical checkup. They cannot do that because of the poverty. In Malaysia, we have zakat. Zakat plays the key role in order to help the people, and one of the ways to solve poverty. It is one of the ways that Malaysia government help for those people who in need and people who enslaved by the poverty. As one of the pillars of Islam, zakat is a form of obligatory charity that has the potential to ease the suffering of millions. Zakat, particularly zakat, play a big role, a big part in order to help the people who enslaved by the poverty. Muslim believe that paying zakat purifies and increases and bless the remainder of their wealth. It also is a must for zakat. It's a must for people who religion is Islam to do zakat. The poor, homeless and desperate have economic security thanks to this system. Poverty has become a major problem in our society, and to end this, it is essential to ensure social protection for all levels in social life, including all the children, all the older population. Thank you.